Hi, I'm Adam Hart-Davis. I've come all the way to Western Kenya to look at one of the biggest killers in the developing world. Everyone knows about bad water, everyone knows about AIDS, everyone knows about malaria, but smoke kills more than 1.5 million people every year. That means that every 20 seconds somebody dies from smoke inhalation. It's the killer in the kitchen. The problem is that more than half the world's population cook on solid fuel, just like this, in small houses over wood or charcoal or coal or camel dung, whatever they can get hold of. And the smoke goes up and the women are in the kitchen and they breathe it all the time. And so do the kids. And they die of emphysema, bronchitis, lung cancer. It kills 1 million children every year. I'm going inside to see what it's like in there. And this is where they cook. This is the kitchen for 8 people. And you'll see it's a traditional 3-stone fire. There are 1, 2, 3 stones with wood being burnt in between them and a cooking pot on top. And they're burning wood. It's not particularly good wood and it's not really dry, so it's not burning very efficiently. It's very, very smoky. And you can see the smoke's gone up. It's blackened the walls and it's creeping out through the window and through the eaves at the top. But the point is that the women and the small children have to spend hours and hours in here breathing in this smoke. And it's really bad because the fire's inefficient, the wood's not very good, and the ventilation of the house isn't very good either. It's very unpleasant, this smoke. I hate being in here for a few minutes. Imagine spending 5 or 6 hours in this atmosphere every day. It certainly wouldn't do you any good. I'm going out again. Oh. This is Doris, who's the mother of the household. Doris, how is it cooking in all that smoke?
Sometimes I'm coughing. Even now,
yes, yes. And how about the children? Do they get ill?
The time when I was with them in the kitchen, they must be ill because of that smoking.
I've seen and indeed experienced the horrors of a really smoky kitchen. But I've come now to a house where they've installed a smoke hood, which is basically a box that goes over the fire and directs the smoke up a chimney. And the first thing I notice is that there is no smoke coming out from under the rafters here, and indeed almost none coming out of the rather smart silver chimney there. Maybe they haven't lit the fire yet. Anyway, I'm very keen to see how it works. I'm going inside to have a look. This is one of the metal smoke hoods made here in Kisumu. You can see it's thin metal with sheets either side about 90 centimetres high. The fire's in the middle. It's an improved fireplace so that the cooking pot is raised up off the fire itself. And there's a little short lip at the front here so that the cook can get in and stir the porridge or whatever is cooking. And it goes up to this galvanised iron flue which goes on for another 10 feet. And the result is that even though there's a fire burning in here, there's no smoke coming out.
Helen Owala is Practical Action's field officer. She told me more about how the smoke hood helps people.
How much, technically, does this reduce the smoke?
For the households where we have installed the smoke hoods, the smoke reduction has been between 70 and 75%.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, very impressive.
And they don't have any
They don't cry, right.
They don't cry. They don't have headache. They don't cough as they used before.
Yes.
Rispa's a charming lady. She said that when she uses the new stove with the smoke hood, she fits in only 2 or 3 pieces of wood. But before, when she sat there to cook, she'd use most of the firewood that you see heaped beside the stove.
Wow. I'm really impressed by that. That is one very happy lady. She used to have a persistent cough, and now it's gone. She's saving a whole lot of money on firewood because the fire's a lot more efficient. It keeps all the heat in and sends all the smoke up the chimney, so the atmosphere is clear. What's more, it heats the house better because the whole thing gets warm, and therefore she can stay inside in the evening and be comfortable. it's clear that this is an important intervention. It's an important idea.
The smoke hood is clearly a good way of helping people to cope with the problem, but it can't be used in every single home. Practical Action is investigating various other ways of helping people, for example, the new improved stoves made cheaply with clay from the riverbank. But one thing is very clear to me. There is a killer in the kitchen. It's killing many, many people around the world, and more must urgently be done to tackle the problem of smoke.